Well, thanks everyone for checking out Happy Hour Live. We'll begin here momentarily. Dane from Tense Machine going to be joining us. Before we get started, though, make sure you check out stylescast.com. Our latest episode is up with Corky Gainsford of Code Red Alliance. Then coming up on Monday, our new episode will be debut with Mike of Tense Machine. We'll be talking with him. Again, that's over at stylescast.com. Happy Hour Live begins in 30 seconds. And there he is. Had to throw in like some tiki lounge music to start Happy Hour Live, you know?
Yeah, no, it's perfect.
Wait a minute, hold on. There we go. Now I hear you. I had the wrong level up on my end, so I didn't hear you.
Okay, am I audible now?
You're audible to me. I'm sure everybody else could hear you. I couldn't hear you.
Okay, sweet.
So, what's up, Jeremy? How you doing, man? Thanks for tuning in. Of course, your questions are welcomed over in the comments section.
What's happening, man?
However you are watching, YouTube, Facebook, we love having you aboard, and thanks for checking us out. Dane from Tense Machine joining us here for Happy Hour Live. You know, man, earlier I was talking with my wife as we were making dinner, and I did not realize this until talking with her, but we debuted Happy Hour Live for Rock 96.7 back in May of last year.
Yeah,
you were the very first guest.
Yeah, no, I do remember that.
You have a better memory than
for
me.
A Happy Hour show, I do remember that.
Yep, you were our very first guest in Happy Hour Live, and then I also remember, you know, Mike popped in and joined in, and then we actually got him in, and he was eating a burrito. Like,
that was awesome. At some point, I'm sure that we could probably pop him in, and he'd be maybe eating like a taco or some pot stickers or something. He's always got good food going on there.
He always does. Jeremy says your vocals need to come up a bit, though.
Okay.
So bring those up. Elizabeth, how you doing? Thanks for coming on board and checking out Happy Hour Live with us.
Hey, Elizabeth.
Hey,
my gosh. The most amazing summer sausage in the entire world. Elizabeth and her husband. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I would say I would put that in my like top 10 of touring awesomeness is having her drop off that summer sausage. And the other guys, it's funny because they loved it, but like they couldn't eat it as quickly as I could. And so I swear I lived off it for probably, well, it's funny to say it was only 3 days, but because it was a giant. Yeah, so good.
Really? Now, wait a minute. Where is Elizabeth at? You can say state. You don't have to say town.
I got to be honest. I don't even know.
Apologize, Elizabeth.
No, it's not. It's not that. Like I could tell you many things that I know about Elizabeth that I remember, but I don't know where anyone lives. Honestly, I had to kind of Kansas. There we go. Because the other thing is the last time that we saw Liz was definitely not in Kansas.
Okay.
So it's sometimes different states that we see people, but yeah, no, we we never forget. We do love.
We do love indeed, yes. And thank you so much for coming on board and everybody watching. And make sure you tell your friends again. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube as well. And get those links up and share it along. And make sure you get those comments in. Dane's going to be performing acoustic with us here coming up in just a bit. We'll get to that. I do have one thing I need to bring up, though, because Mike and I taped our interview that's going to air on Monday, or at least go live Monday at stylescast.com. I have to ask about this. The night in Edmonton. I was told to get the story behind this night with this photo. At least I don't know about this photo, but at least the night of the
Okay,
total
well,
eighth
no, the
day.
photo, because that photo, I believe, like, I can't, yeah, that photo was taken outside Mike's place.
Okay.
So that was loading the gear. The night in Edmonton um, was definitely, I would say, legend. Wait for it, dairy. It, it it was for sure a funny one. We ended up um, hosting an after party
Okay.
for a show. We were on tour with Disturbed at the time, and so a few, like, I'm definitely not naming any names. Mike
Better off.
told you about it, so you know he was there, and I don't mind saying I was there. Nothing untoward happened. Like no one got hurt. Nobody broke any teeth or did anything bad.
Right.
Um, just got way too inebriated. Um, and it was funny because I've only seen, and I know because Mike brought this up that I can say this. I've only seen Mike drink this much this one time.
Okay.
Um, and he didn't drink very much, which was the reason that I drank as much as I did. But it was basically, we had gotten to the club that we were hosting this after party, and they like shuttled us downstairs to what they called a VIP lounge. Um, if what they meant was that there was a big wall where you could take pictures and it had like one of those things with like the club name on it, and
Okay.
people take like the pictures and it looks like you're in some kind of special
Swanky little
spot. Yeah.
place. Yeah.
No. We were in like the back room of the kitchen or something like that. Um and I swear I don't really remember going upstairs. Um and like we basically, like, they fed us booze downstairs and we're kind of like, yeah, we're going to bring you guys upstairs and then you guys can like get the party going. I'm like, man, we just played to probably, you know, 7 to 15. I don't know. I don't
Right.
remember how many people were there. There's a lot of people in that stadium, um, or arena, and and so, anyways, we get through all of that, and I remember getting into. I went to go get a drink in the morning. Um, Not an alcoholic drink. I went to the vending machine to get like a pop or something. And I remember
Recover.
coming back and you know when you've been in a room and like you don't know what it smells like because you've been in there all night.
And you come back
But then you
into it.
come back in and you smell like the delicious cooking that somebody has been cooking all day that you didn't
Right.
smell because you woke up in it. Yeah. Um, the delicious cooking at this point, I swear, when I walked into this room, it just smelled like Jack Daniels and sorrow. It was so terrible. And yeah. So at the end of the day, um not my finest hour, but again, nothing bad happened, and I will say um I had apparently, when I got back to the room, thought that it was a great idea. Yep. Oh, I thought you were giving me a 1 second.
No. I
Well,
just love
I
how,
got back. I got
I love how
back.
you're choosing your words right now. I can tell you're choosing your words in the
Yeah,
story.
yeah. No, I. Well, and again, I like to stress that nothing bad happened. This was not like no one did anything wrong, except drink too much alcohol.
Hmm.
But yeah, I remember getting back in the room and just being mortified. But I thought it was a great idea, apparently, when I got back from the show or the after party, to take a shower, which is a great thing to do when you've been around a bunch of people who you don't know what they've been touching. Um, but I didn't take my underpants off. And so I had wet underpants. And so the funny part of this story is we went out for breakfast in the morning, and I had put these underpants in a bag because I didn't I didn't want to leave them behind and whatnot, but I also didn't want to just like leave them sitting in the van.
Uh-huh.
So I'm carrying this little shopping bag of underpants, and we went to a place called Ricky's, which I love because on Sundays Ricky's does like a special, so all of the drinks are on drink special. And so we went out for like mimosas, which to
Mimosa.
me at the time, mimosas is Long Island iced teas. Um, and so I, I, I swear we left this place and we were walking back to the hotel to get our stuff and get out of town. And I just burst out laughing. And the guy's like, "What? What?" I was like, "I forgot my bag back at the thing." They were like, "Oh, well, we can go back and get it." I was like, "No, no, I don't. There's no way that I am going back and getting that bag." They were like, "Why?" And I was like, "Because it had my wet underwear." And they were like, "Why were you carrying your wet underwear around?" But all I had in my brain is this poor waitress that like realizes someone forgot something, and she goes and like grabs the bag and she's like, "Oh, what's in this?" And kind of, "Oh, it was black underwear, so it would have been dark." Reaches in and feels the wetness, and it's like, "Uh." But then you want to find out what it is. So she dumps it out, and it's a pair of, I think they were Versace at the time, um, men's wet underpants. That for some reason this guy felt he had to carry them around with him. Um, the ironic part is that I was carrying them around with me so that no one did see them. Um, because then I had to answer the question of why they were wet. It's like, well, I showered. Okay, so
In your underwear.
why are your underwear wet? Well, I showered in my underwear. Okay, why did you do that? Well, because Mike decided that he was only going to have a couple shots, and I told Mike that for every shot that we all did that he didn't do, I would do his shot. And so that's why I still, to this day, say Mike is to blame.
I was gonna say, so it's all Mike's fault.
Yeah, it is. Everything's Mike's fault.
Even though he's the wrangler of the band, I've
Yeah,
noticed over the
exactly.
years.
No, it's definitely a funny thing because literally nothing is Mike's fault.
Oh, that is
Getting a really nice clean room is always Mike's fault.
no nice clean room to take a shower in with your underwear.
Well, and weirdly enough, that only happened once.
You learned your lesson, I assume. Then
Well, and that wasn't what Dad said. That was when we were playing with Age of
Age
Days.
of Days, right?
Yeah, and it's funny. I always say that name differently than everyone else says it. I
Okay,
don't
how
know
so?
why. Well, because everybody's always like Age of Days, and I'm always like Age of Days.
Okay, a
I
little
don't
bit
know.
difference, but
Yeah, it's not much different. But
well, it's funny because how much small this world is. Because I remember I worked in North Carolina at Rock 105 down there, New Bern, North Carolina, and I actually played several Age of Days songs. Little did I know, you and Mike were both in that band at one point. It's like
mm-hmm.
the
Well, and
little
Mike was
world that we
definitely with them for longer than I was.
have. Okay,
But I did some writing with them for their earlier stuff, uh, which was like that was how I knew Tim and Matt from the band. And then it was just later on when Mike was kind of a little more in the mix of things there that we sat down and had a dinner of pad thai, and he was like, "Hey man, I think you should come play with this band." And then fast forward like 3 months, I ripped my finger open right before a show. All Mike's fault.
all Mike's fault.
Yeah. That's gonna be my new hashtag. This is all Mike's fault. It's gonna be really silly things like, they didn't have low fat coffee creamer at this restaurant that we went to,
Hashtag
but I'll get them.
the poll's closed. Hashtag all Mike's fault.
Yes.
Mike, if you're watching, there you go. That's the new hashtag. It's not Dear Bands. It's all Mike's fault. That's the new hashtag.
Well, no, and that can be like when any of his Dear Bands things like go wrong for him, then we can do hashtag all Mike's fault. I will say though, I don't see any of them going wrong. He's a smart man.
He is. Like you
Me
said, that's
me and
why.
Mike don't butt heads much, but when we do, I always tell myself inside like deep, and I don't tell him about it or anyone else, but I'm like, yeah, like he's right.
He's probably right. Just not going to say it out loud.
He's probably right. I'm just not gonna say it out loud.
Recently, you became a dad. Tell us about that, man. How's life changed for you?
Oh my gosh. A lot less sleep. That I think is probably the biggest difference. Um, but I can't complain, man. Like every time that I'm sitting there, like falling asleep with her in my arms, trying to get her to go to sleep, I try and will her that like, Daddy loves you. Please go to sleep so that Daddy doesn't die. Um, but I have a good better half. So it's definitely it's been awesome. I was telling you earlier, like we've got the tag team method pretty good down. Um, like when I'm doing shows like this and recording stuff for the new stuff we're putting out, she's really awesome. Um, like the other night, it was hilarious. She knew I was recording vocals, so I woke up at like 5:30 or 6 in the morning, and I was like, "Whoa, how has the baby been sleeping this long?" And I looked next to me, and okay, she's not there, and the baby's not in her crib. I go downstairs, and like she was sleeping on the couch. Took the baby down so that if she did wake up, I wasn't gonna, you know, end up trying to record vocals with scratchy McScratcher voice. Though for some songs it'll work.
Hmm.
I'll let her know. I'll be like, you know what? Don't don't do anything with the baby during the night tonight. So like I get no sleep, and I'll have that like growl.
So
See, I've gotten so much sleep that even hurt.
you talk about that recording. You guys recently dropped the new song, but what else? How much is in the can?
I don't want to give everything away, but at the same time, there's definitely like we've got a good flow going on right now.
Okay.
I don't want to say that it's a benefit of the whole COVID thing because it's more of a in spite of, but yeah, no, like we all can track and record from home, so we've been doing a lot of just bouncing an idea out there, sit on live stream, work it out, bounce around the tracks, and then basically Mike does his kung fu.
Is witchy magic in the studio?
Yeah, and out pops a tune. And the nice thing is it's awesomely quick to you know, hey, can you turn this part up? Can you re-sing this part this way? Can you play the bass part this way? Like I literally was just going through our kind of band Facebook stream thing,
Mhm.
and Mike and Brendan were going back and forth about a track. So it's been awesome that way that we do have that benefit. I know a lot of bands don't have, you know, they don't have a mic, and a lot of bands also don't have that kind of camaraderie that they can, egos aside, pass things back and forth. And so that's I think the biggest thing that we've realized in this little bit is, we can really pass things back and forth and not think about, oh, well, no, I want my line to be in here, or I want my guitar lick to be in here, because the other thing is, like both Mike and Brendo play guitar, so it's kind of awesome that a lot of licks that come out of what we're doing is from either one of them. So it's kind of like I have to kind of learn the guitar to
Right.
our own songs after a while. But no, I love it.
All right. So camaraderie in the band aside, do you find this whole virtual writing process, do you find it easy? Do you find a little bit of difficult with it because you're not in the room jamming with everybody?
I have to say, like, I don't know that it's all this, but I've been doing this for quite a while. Um, there's a lot of writers that I've been writing with for years that, you know, either in Canada or in the States, they're a long ways away. So I remember a long time ago, it was basically Skype was kind of the only thing. But so I still to this day, I'm like, yeah, we're doing a Skype right at this time. It's like, well, can we do FaceTime? Because I don't know if Skype even exists. But but, but yeah, so I don't really find it all that different. Um, just because I was very used to it. Um, the only thing that I find kind of different is the fact that normally any session that I went to do a writing session with different bands or whatnot is there'd always be you know a lot of alcohol involved. So doing the Skype writes is kind of awesome because at the end I remember the song.
Is there one song that maybe you co-wrote that people might be surprised to know that you have your hand in?
Um. Okay. Well, there'd be two maybe. There's a
Okay.
song by Age of Days called "Ready to Go" that I wrote with them, but more kind of out of my element was there was a song that I wrote and produced for a singer. She's Canadian, but has done a lot in the States. Fifi Dobson. I don't know if you guys
Oh
know her
yeah,
too much down there.
I do know who she is.
Um, but it was for a TV show called The Listener, and I don't think that I don't think you guys have it down there. I think
I
that's
don't
more a
know that I've
Canadian
ever
show.
heard of it. Yeah.
But it was like it was like full on like which is hilarious because she's definitely more a rock
Mhm.
artist herself, but um it was because of contractual things that she couldn't write the songs for it, and so I wrote the songs and produced them. But that would I think be the most out there of my productions would be the
Since you say it was out there, how did you get involved in that project?
well, I played with her back in the day,
Okay.
and we were under the same management for quite a while. Um, so we wrote together quite a bit, um, and it was kind of in and around there that it came about. She was in the episode of The Listener, and so it was basically she played this recording artist, and so I was writing the songs that she portrayed.
Mhm. Interesting.
But yeah, it was a fun one though.
That's cool.
They
Well, do you
literally
wanna
called
just
me I think at like 7 o'clock at night, and they were like, "Okay, we need a song with the title 'You Killed Me,' and we need another song, and I think the other one was called like Beats Beats in the Body or something like that." Um, or no, Dance All Night. It was called Dance All Night.
okay.
Um, but uh, but yeah, the "You Killed Me" one was hilarious because they were like, "All right, we need a song. It has to say 'You killed me' in the chorus, and it has to sound like Lady Gaga's Speechless." And so I was like, "Okay."
Alright.
And they were like, "And we need it by midnight." I was like, "Okay, cool." So like, wait, tonight? And so I ended up I cranked out a couple tunes, and I literally I went and listened to Lady Gaga's Speechless, which shamefully I had not listened to before then, but went and listened to, and I just kind of rewrote that song, but different. Um, yeah.
Don't tell the lawyers that.
No, that's fine. They can come at me. I don't think I've made much off it. Don't tell anyone else that. It bought me a house.
What did I hear the one time? It was Art Alexakis of Everclear right
Love
before
them. Yeah.
he introed Santa Monica on stage. He's like, "This next song, because of you guys, bought me several houses and paid for several divorces. So thank you very much."
I can definitely believe
Oh yeah,
that.
oh yeah. Well, speaking of songs, you want to play us one?
I would love to.
All right, what are you
Yeah,
gonna do?
man. I'm gonna do a tune from the album.
All right.
So it's from the album Echoes. For those of you that don't know, and this is, I think, collectively me, B, and Mike's favorite tune from the album.
All right.
Freak Like Me.
Here we go.
Open up your mouth, bite the hand that feeds you. Let me hear the words. I'll be the one to tease you. It's too late to turn back now. Show me what you're made of. Is this what you're afraid of? Tell me your secrets. Don't stop until you're done. Show me what you're made of. Never met a freak like me. A freak like me. Open up your eyes. Be the one who sees you. Find a line to cross. I'll be the one who meets you. It's too late to turn back now. Show me what you're made of. Is this what you're afraid of? Tell me your secrets. Don't stop until you're done. Show me what you're made of. Never met a freak like me. A freak like me. Show what you're made of. This what you're afraid of. Tell me your secrets. Don't stop until you're done. Show me what you're made of. Never met a freak like me. Freak like me. I like that.
Had to throw in a little audience, you know. We
Man,
don't.
I need to get that for my everyday, just on like an app on my phone.
I
So
have
when
a
I tell
variety.
a bad joke or something. Like,
Oh wait. Ready? Hold on.
oh, okay, never mind.
I've got rim shots. Like I said, rim shot. I've also got.
See, I think that's the one that I'd use the most because with kids around, it's like every joke that I tell just falls completely to the floor.
I am like the king of dad jokes in my house. So constantly my wife just looks at me and all I hear is.
That's
So
awesome.
that's all I get every day, man.
That's good. That's definitely good.
What's up to Cindy? How are you there, Cindy? Thanks for coming on board. We are doing
Hey,
well.
hey.
And she says, well done to everything that we're doing so far. Jeremy loved what he heard. Awesome. So thank you, Jeremy. Again,
Sweet. That's good
extremely.
because as I was playing, I'm like, I hope that now that the vocal's louder, the guitar isn't like dead.
No, you know what's funny is so as this is going on, I pull up my phone and I pulled up the live stream to listen to it.
Oh, nice.
I'm like, this is my audio check because I can only hear what we're doing.
No, that's
Oh, no.
that's very studious of you.
So
That's
have to
like
do that.
extra special.
Extra special. I wanted to have you because I want you to tell the story because we talked about it the one time we had dinner, but I thought it was a great story. I want you to share it with everyone. The time you met the Canadian equivalent of Mr. Rogers.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Sorry,
You take your time.
I gotta get prepared for this one. This one sometimes brings tears. No, I'm kidding. Um, once again, Rockstar, thank you very much. Cheers. I'm doing no alcohol because I got to drive after this, but I am staying energized. So that's it's still a happy hour.
Shout out to Rockstar though,
Yeah.
man.
Shout out uh, sponsorship. You know, parents out there. Yeah, that'd be a great pick me up.
Now, where are you exactly, anyways?
Where like in the world?
Well, I see this setup you have. It looks like that's a door, like a garage door next to you.
No. Honestly, luckily, my, my parents are amazing, and so this is my parents' basement.
Oh, okay.
Um,
I was like, are you in a like storage unit or?
no. It's my parents' basement, and
Okay.
this right here is a sauna. Um, yeah, I'm not joking. For a long time when we were on the road, we were only back for a little bit of time, like a couple weeks at a time,
Okay.
and so I got rid of any lodgings that I had, put all my stuff in my parents' basement, and they were amazing. They put me up and had a bed where this couch was or is, sorry. Um, and this was like my living space. But yeah, the internet is super solid here, and mainly because there isn't like one kid playing Xbox Live and the other one playing online games and stuff like that. So yeah,
I remember.
you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, that first episode of Happy Hour Live. There was a couple times we lost you, and it was just me and Mike going, "Well, what do we do?"
Yep. It's like we'll just wait.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll wait for Dane to come back.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the internet is definitely awesome here. But the amazing thing too is I get like an extra audience because I can normally hear my parents listening to the stream upstairs and it's always off just a little bit so I can
Uh
like hear myself finish and I can kind of hear them like like slow commenting.
huh. See,
But
that would throw me off because I know there are times when I would be like at a studio, working at a radio station studio, and if I
mhm.
hit a certain button, I would hear the station on delay if I'm talking, and sometimes the delay is like 7 seconds.
Well, when I'm playing though, I
Okay, yeah,
can't
you
hear
can
it.
hear it.
It's only when I stop that I can hear me still playing. But yeah, like when I'm playing, I can't hear it at all.
Okay.
But dude, that brings man, I had one of the most like heinous studio experiences that I ever had. And I definitely will not say the name and blow him up. Um, it wasn't Mike. It wasn't anyone that Tense Machine Dead Set has worked with. It's somebody I worked with earlier. Um, but when I was in the studio and like trying to track vocals, you know how you have the talk back. For those watching that don't know, when you're in the studio and you're recording vocals, you have headphones on. So the producer in another room has a mic and he can hit it like a little button and then you hear him. He's kind of like the voice of God. So you hear him and Dane, sing it better. But anyways, I had one producer that would leave the talk back on while I was singing, and I could hear him react to, or hear him or her. Sorry, I don't want to narrow it down that much. I would hear him or her react to what I was singing. So like I'd be singing something, and no, oh my gosh, God, swear word, throw things, and like I'd hear that while I'm tracking the vocal, and then he or she would get angry that like I wasn't paying attention and like mess up words and stuff. I'm like, man, I can't concentrate when you're yelling at me while I'm singing. So like maybe that's why it doesn't bother me at all
Right, you learn.
to have outside influence going on while I'm playing. Um, yeah,
I
yeah.
can, yeah, I get that. Back into the radio thing, like there was a couple times where I couldn't get rid of the delay. I would just throw my headphones down and be like, I got to do this break. I can't.
You did the O'Reilly, just do it live.
Do it live. Do it live. Speaking of delay, I'll tell one other story. I won't say the band name, but I did a taped interview with this particular band,
Mm-hmm.
and they had a sponsorship with a tequila company.
Oh goodness.
And this is very early on in their career. And so they came up and they popped the tequila bottle and like, hey, we're going to do shots while we're doing this interview. All right, fine, whatever. In the process of this 5 or 6 minute interview, we killed the bottle of tequila between the X number of members of this band and myself and like one remote tech that was with me. And there's like 4 live mics while we're taping this. Now, this isn't live on the radio.
Yeah.
We're taping the interview. And because there's 4 live mics, there's many swears happening while like 2 people are having a conversation. My board out back in the studio calls me. He's like, dude, we can't use this. I'm like, well, why? He's like, well, while you and person A are talking, mics C and D, I have to beep them and they're not different channels. So he's like, it's completely, he's like, you can't tell what's going on. He's like, there's no way. You be asking a question, all you hear is beep. Well, what about the beep? And so he's like, I have to scrap it. There's no way it's going on the air. I'm like, the band is not even going to be able to tell it's on the air. So whatever.
Man, I remember doing a taping, and I won't say where or with what band. But again, it was a long time ago. Um, but we got into the studio, and it was like a live broadcast type thing. Um, and one of the members of the band, because there was nobody there to kind of like mess with the board and kind of get us all set.
Mm-hmm.
And so one of the members of the band started messing with the board, and like everything got rerouted and patched, and it was just a mess. and and so when we went to actually record, yeah, that was hilarious. It's one of those things where it's kind of like at a campfire when there's one guitar and like the person that plays it doesn't know how to play it very well, and somebody's like, "Hey, does anybody know how to play this?" Like, "Yeah, uh, and yeah, it's like, no, just say no. Just say no. Play a different song. Like, no, you don't know how to fix that." Oh my goodness. Yeah.
So let's go back to what we originally started talking about, the whole Canadian version of Mr. Rogers and meeting him.
Okay. So I was playing. It was a gig. I think it was called Family Day or Family Fest or something like that. But it was like a big like outdoor festival thing.
Mm-hmm.
There was multiple stages, but I was playing with two different artists on that day. I was just playing side guitar, and and so we went back to what was like a really big, um, I guess you could call it a green room technically, but it was just a giant like
And
warehouse type area
mm-hmm.
that they had all the food set up, and there was a big line for the food. And so I was with the other members of one of the bands, and we were just waiting to get our food. And as I'm standing in line, and I don't think many people in the States will probably even know who he is, but Fred Penner, he is very much like that Mr. Dress Up character. He came walking down like along the line to leave, and I stopped him. And I don't like I get starstruck in a way that I start talking to the person about stuff that they've done. I don't get starstruck in the way that I can't actually verbalize the things that are in my mouth other than like yeah. And so he comes walking down. I stopped him and I was like, "Oh my gosh. I I just I and he was like, "Can we do this in a couple minutes? I've just got to go, but I'll be right back." And I was like, "Yes. Yes. Yes." In my mind I'm like, "Thank you for giving me a few minutes to compose myself." And he leaves and I looked at the people around me and they're all staring at me just like,
What was that?
what did you do?" And it was like the same look on David Spade's face when he opens the door in Tommy Boy and it just falls off. And he's like, "What'd you do?" But yeah, I sat there just embarrassed in the line. We get our food, we sit down, we're eating, and I get a tap on my shoulder. I turn around and it's Fred Penner. And he's like, "Hey, so how you doing?" I was like, "Sir, I'm sorry. Like I watched you every day. Like you were part of my daily routine. Like changing my underpants, you were there." And he was like, "Well, no, he didn't say this, but if he was there, he would have said if if I had have said that, he would have been like, "No, I was not there when you changed my underpants." But no, that was the most starstruck I've ever been. He was so nice, so cool. Um, but yeah, he was my Mick Jagger for sure.
Well, that's cool that at least though he came back though, because that
He
could have been
did,
a
and
completely
like
missed
found
opportunity.
me in a sea of people. Like
Mhm,
it wasn't like there was 20 people in there. It
mhm.
was definitely a good room of. Now at the time I had really curly, um, like dyed blonde hair, so yeah.
I need
Or
to
maybe
find some
no,
pictures.
I wouldn't say dyed blonde. I was streaked. I was streaked. I had streaks.
Is it? Am I envisioning like a Heath Ledger look for you?
It's weird because I used to get that because of the fact that when I did the scrunching of my hair, I got the little
Mhm.
ringlets, and I slightly looked like an emaciated crackhead or something. No, I'm kidding. But but yeah, no, that was a lot of work though. Having long hair, people do not realize. I give it up to women that can do their
Mhm.
hair prep in within 2 hours. Like that's insane to me. Because it took me easily 2 hours just to shower, wash it, dry it, do something that didn't look as crackheadishes. But yeah.
Totally get it. This right here, I've had this since high school, but before that, I had dyed jet black hair down to my shoulders. And finally, one day in the summer, I'm like, nope, done. I'm giving this up. I can't do it
Was it
anymore.
straight or was it like wavy?
Straight down to my shoulder, jet
And you
black.
didn't have, because like back then you wouldn't have had a straightener. Like when I
Yeah,
had long hair when I was younger, I didn't have a straightener. I didn't know what a straightener was.
yeah,
And
I
then when
know.
I got one finally, it was a steam straightener and it sucked. I looked like a blonde Gene Simmons.
The visuals I'm getting mentally right now have been great these last couple of minutes. So thank you
Oh
for
man.
that.
Well, luckily I said today to my girl Jen, I was like, man, I'm so glad that back then they didn't have camera phones. Like we got away lucky, man.
Yes.
We got away so lucky. The things that I did, and again, not doing things wrong. I'm talking about hijinks, not bad stuff.
Right. No,
But like the
absolutely.
things I got away with because there weren't cameras, my goodness.
No, absolutely. I think back to the things I did in the late 90s, even a little bit in the early 2000s, and I'm like, the fact that there weren't cameras as readily available as there are today.
Yeah.
I'm so thankful for that reason.
I remember getting pulled over. We had it's in my brain because somebody posted a picture of it recently and like tagged me in it. But it was a pub night when I was in college, and it was like Hawaiian pub or like something like that. And so we went, and I had like a grass skirt and a coconut bra, and we got pulled over by the cops because my buddy didn't signal to go into the college. And I think like it was pub night anywhere around that college. They were pulling anyone over that did
Mhm.
anything because they thought they were drinking. We definitely were not drinking, but they pulled us over and they made us get out of the car because of the fact that we were all dressed in like hula gear. And so I wish like to be a fly on the wall with a photo camera ability at that point and see us all with our hands on the car in like a hula skirt and me in a coconut bra. That would have been awesome. But luckily they weren't there. It's the same thing I say with dogs. It's like if dogs could talk, man.
Jeremy, I think the next time they play here in and around, Bloomington, Normal, Illinois, I think we need to buy Dane a hula skirt and some coconut and a coconut bra, and that needs to be his stage getup for the next Tents Machine show when they come to town. Just throwing it out
Man,
there, man.
I'm just saying that I think Mike and B would attest to the fact that that seems like more fun than it is daunting.
Oh man, you want to do another track for us?
Yeah, I'd love to.
All right, which one are we gonna do this time?
You know what? I think I might play a song again, a song from Echoes called "Don't Want to Fight."
All right, it's all you, man.
Cheers. I'm so tired of all of your games. Why can't we just believe in the same things? Every time you look that way, I feel like we'll never be the same. Been here before. I could have walked away today. I could have thrown it all away. I should have done it all alone. But I don't want to fight on my own. You always seem to know what to say to make me feel like I want to stay. Been here before. I could have walked away today. I could have thrown it all away. I could have done it all alone. Alone. Maybe you're wrong. Maybe you're right. Maybe there's a point to all of the fights. But I don't care when I look at your eyes. Oh, I could out on my own. Don't wanna fight on my own.
Got to throw in the audience there, man.
No, I love it.
Jeremy says yes, he'll give you a case of Budweiser
Oh,
to the hula skirt and the coconut bra.
we could start. We could start a tally of what people would kick in to get not just me, but like B and Mike.
Do you
for the
really
hula
think
skirt.
Mike would do it though?
If we did it for charity,
Okay, all right.
if we did a thing that like we donated to something, I guarantee that Mike would plan a hula skirt.
Oh, we got one
I'm
here.
signing him on for it, but
Rock a leopard vest and a poofy velvet hat. Cap off with a pink leather pants.
I gotta be honest, that doesn't seem like anything that I wouldn't wear normally.
Oh, let's see here. Or cap it off with a huge Elton John sunglasses. That
Again, very much in my. You're basically just giving me an outfit.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's very much in your wheelhouse already. So
yeah, that's I'm gonna say that when we can get back down to you guys, we can do a thing. We'll raise money, or you know what? Jeremy said a case of Budweiser. We'll raise beer for homeless people.
let's see some type of charity that involves beer.
That's terrible. That's a terrible thing to say.
We will put money
But no, we'll put money into something legitimate. We'll look into it.
For every X number of dollars we reach, that will add another article of clothing to the band. We'll start with Dane. Then
okay,
we'll
that's a good idea. Like like change my shirt for the coconut bra.
Right. Then
Pants
X
for
number of
the
dollars becomes the hula skirt. After we get done with you, we'll move to B. Then we'll move to Mike.
So the one thing that comes to mind is like, do I get to add in like thong sandals and stuff like that? Like, can we?
I'm glad
I
you.
guarantee that Mike and Brendan will be very happy if we can add some extra accoutrement, so that they don't have to drop as much of their kit. Because I'm talking completely out of my butt right now. And
And
I'm
this is
sorry
all
if I
on
get
video.
off of this and you guys don't see me post on Facebook for a while. It's because like I got off and I got booty slapped.
Mike's calling you, texting you, going, "What are you doing?"
Like, I'm not gonna play. No, I guarantee for charity, those boys would do anything.
All right. Well, I'm glad you said
Well,
thongs.
not anything. Sorry, I take that back. Take that back. They would do, I think, that.
Certain things, but I'm glad you said thong sandals because as soon as I heard the word thong, I'm like, oh no.
No. I would never tell another man what to wear on his undercarriage. That's a thing that's only for significant others.
Yes.
But I
And
actually, funny enough, I watched an episode of Roseanne the other day,
okay.
and they were trying to have a baby, and so she had made him start wearing boxer shorts instead of briefs. And he's like, I'm a brief man, but I don't know where I was going with this. But, yeah.
Something about the thongs, and all I keep thinking back to is you, your wet bag of underwear, and that poor waitress. All I can think of now.
Or hostess, whoever, you know what? Maybe they were smart and they saw that was a wet bag and they called for like the manager to come deal with it.
That poor busser, whoever had to clean the table, grab the dishes and all the trash and take it back to the back and then go, what in the
You know what would be funny is if the busser was a dude and he didn't know it was guys there, and he thought maybe like because they were really tight like skimps. So like he pulls them out and maybe he thought they were girls. He's like, "Whoa, some chick left her underpants here."
You put way too much thought into this situation.
Well, no, you're making me think about it as we're talking more about it, but that would be a good scene in a movie. Like a horror movie.
it'd be a good scene for like a comedy. If they ever made it if they ever rebooted the movie Waiting,
Honestly, that was a scene for that movie. That
yes.
should have been in. And the second one was not good enough.
No.
No.
The second one's never good enough, especially when it goes straight to DVD. By the way, speaking of sequels or anything like that, I'm not sure if you're a fan of the film Face Off from
Of
1997.
course.
They're remaking it.
Remake or reboot?
A remake, reboot, whatever you want to call it.
So like they're actually doing it to like same story.
Same exact story. The guy who directed Kong versus Godzilla, that one that's coming out here shortly, he's helming the film. They just announced it. They're going to reboot the entire film.
That makes me upset.
You and me
Man,
both.
like the remake of Point Break
It's a blank slate.
was not a bad movie, but was nothing compared to the like why are they remaking movies? Are they going to remake Jaws?
It was bad
They're
enough
going to remake that
for it.
scene with the show me the way to go home. I'm tired and I want to go to bed. Doop, doop, doop. No. Like just no.
Right.
There should be a committee. And actually there probably is, but there should be a committee of like, you know, actual fans of movies that can sit there and be like, no, 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 no. We blackball, blackball, blackball. Nope, can't play that one.
And Cindy, just to answer your question here, no, they're going to completely reboot it, and nobody from the original, from what I understand, is going to be involved in the original.
No, and I don't. It'd be weird if there was people from the original.
You can't do Nick Cage and John Travolta now. They're too old, I think, to do it.
Yeah,
No
but
disrespect to them. I mean, but
yeah, of course. Like I still watch their movies. Nick Cage has had. It's funny. Like he's so like out there, hit and miss with, and even the bad ones I still watch and still like. But have you seen Mom and Dad?
I have not.
It was hilarious because we were sitting there. I feel like it's kind of part of our thing with having the baby is picking like the first movies that she's going to be introduced to.
Poor thing.
And so it's been like Stand by Me was a must.
Classic,
Yeah,
yes.
for us that's probably like every 3 months
The
we watch
Goonies.
that movie. Goonies, not yet, not
Okay.
yet, but mainly because it's not on Facebook or it's not on Netflix or Prime,
Okay.
which is what we watch most things on.
You need to get HBO Max.
Dude, we had Crave before.
Okay.
Crave TV was awesome. I only stopped because like it was they started bumping the price up, and with the add-ons that we had, it was over $20. And like it was only every so often that they would have something that nothing else had, but they had all the HBO.
Mm.
So that was a game changer.
Well,
Like I love Entourage. That's the
we'll
go-to.
talk off the horn. We don't need to make this a plug for HBO Max, but we'll talk off horn about off the channel about this about that part at least.
Yeah.
But what about speaking of Nick Cage though, have you watched the history of swear words on Netflix with him?
No.
Okay, there's a show on Netflix called The History of Swear Words with Nick Cage, and you need to watch it because the F word, I'm not going to say them on here, the S word, there's like 7 episodes that go over swear
Seriously?
words. Yeah, Nick Cage hosted. I mean, it's about the history of the word,
I'm just
and
looking to
it's
see if
hilarious
it's
because they
actually
drop it like crazy.
on the Canadian Netflix.
Oh, I know it's on the American
The history
of swear words.
It is.
There you
I
go.
can't believe I haven't seen that.
Yes, you have to watch that.
Well, that is in the queue, sir.
You will laugh hysterically. I think the first episode is the F word.
Which that appropriate.
Appropriate. I think one of the
Come on.
final episodes is the P word. And it's quite hilarious how they present it because they're trying to educate, but also they're trying to make light of it. So
that's hilarious.
Enjoy that during your weekend. You will have fun.
No,
with
I definitely will.
That was Jeremy saying you should watch it. So most
Awesome.
definitely, man. You want to do your last song for us here?
Yeah, I definitely will. Let me just hook up.
Yeah, do what you got to do, man. You know what's
Make
funny
sure
is the
that
last song you
my
did.
power doesn't kick out.
Don't die on us. Don't die on us. I was looking at Phoebe Dobson. Did you ever tour with her? Or Fifi, excuse me? Oh, oh, I think we lost Dane. We may have lost Dane. Did we lose Dane? I think we did. We're gonna hold on for a second. Oh, he's rebooting. There he is. We got him back.
That's
Woo!
hilarious. As I say that's what happens.
I was
Well,
asking, did you tour with Fifi?
I did. Well, more acoustic than full band stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you do station visits with her?
Um, I think we did an
Uh,
AOL visit thing,
okay.
but that was I think the only,
Okay.
or maybe there was a YTV or something that was like a
Okay.
TV
I
show.
swear she came down to a studio or to a station I worked in North Carolina, at least a pop station. So that's I was like, maybe we met years ago and just didn't know it.
No, I definitely didn't do any radio stuff with her. If it was normally like TV or whatnot. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, but do.
Yabba yabba do. All right, let's do
All
that
right.
last song, my man.
This next tune is called Nothing.
All right.
Let's sit and talk it out. I can't believe we wasted so much time. So much time. So much to think about. But all we ever seem to do is fight. This can't be right. The end is near. And I swear, yeah. One of these days I'll walk away and then you'll see you are nothing, nothing without me. One of these days I'll walk away and you'll find out that you are nothing, nothing without me. You look so good tonight. How can we ever seem to get this right? Get this right. You've gone and wound me up so tight. I hope that this lasts for one more night. One more night. The end is near. And I swear, yeah, yeah. One of these days I'll walk away and then you'll see that you are nothing, nothing without me. One of these days I'll walk away and you'll find out you are nothing, nothing without me. Yeah. You think you got me figured out, but you are all so wrong. You're all so wrong. One of these days I'll walk away and then you'll see that you are nothing, nothing without me. One of these days I'll walk away and you'll find out you are nothing without me. Yeah.
Dane of Tense Machine there with us right now, hanging out and performed acoustic for us here at Happy Hour Live. Of course, he was our very first guest ever on Happy Hour Live back when we launched the series in May of last year. And now he is back with us here. Jeremy saying bravo to you, even though I know he's thinking of you in a coconut bra and a hula skirt right now.
You know what? That's fine. As long as he's thinking of me.
Well, man, I appreciate your time and hanging out with us here and taking
for
time away
having
from
me.
the brand new baby.
Yes. Yeah, no, thank you for having me. And I'm sure that they're watching back sitting in the bedroom. She's probably got a soother in her mouth, looking milk drunk. It's her happy hour too.
Oh, there you go. Well, thank you again, man, so much. And thank you, Cindy, for checking out with us, Jeremy as well, and everyone who has been a part of Happy Hour Live. Dane, stay on the horn with us, okay?
Yeah, buddy.
All right. And again, thank you so much for being a part of Happy Hour Live. Y'all have a great week. Don't forget to check out stylescast.com for all the episodes. Mike Langford joined me on Monday, so make sure you check that out as well. Again, stylescast.com for all of the latest podcast and more. This has been Happy Hour Live. Have a great weekend and happy Valentine's Day. Also, don't forget, tomorrow is World Radio Day. So listen to your favorite radio stations locally and support all your local radio stations as well. Have a great weekend.